Dane County is using a new system to try to pinpoint something that is critical to both our liberty and security.
It's connected to whether someone arrested or charged with a crime gets out of jail on bail. Tonight, Tony Galley digs deeper into the judgments on bail and the potential consequences.
Several community groups want more people out of the Dane County Jail.
A lot of people currently in our jail are there because they're not able to afford or otherwise pay their bail. We think those things are extremely unjust.
Perhaps it is true.
And I think all the circumstances suggest that some cash bail is appropriate.
Sometimes we do things in the criminal justice system based on sort of conventional wisdom.
Dane County Court Commissioner Jason Hansen
I'm going to set it at $5,000.
sets bail.
Every one of those decisions is an important decision.
In court, Hansen tends to hear a lot about the housing situation, the employment situation, the family situation of people up for bail.
And they tend to be sort of subjective factors. There tend to be factors that might have disparate impacts in terms of socioeconomics.
About 60% of our jail population absolutely does not need to be in there.
So Dane County now has this score sheet: prior felony conviction, prior failure to appear, 9 points.
There's an algorithm behind the scenes that weights the answers to those 9 points.
Dane County Clerk of Courts Carlo Esqueda shares Karen Lynn Becker's score sheet. The recommendation on her 24 alleged felony financial crimes was a signature bond. 10 months later, she's still showing up for court, no new crimes. Dane County is using this PSA, Public Safety Assessment, as part of a study through a Harvard think tank. Study co-director Chris Griffin says courts in Kentucky are also using this tool.
The results that are very, very preliminary coming out of Kentucky suggest that indeed the PSA risk scores are highly predictive.
The people who are behind this window, the defendants in this court, were arrested, start out in jail, and the risk scores on making it either more difficult or easier for them to be free on bail will be studied carefully. Half of the people coming up for bail are in a control group with no risk score. Even the scores are just recommendations.
The buck stops with you, though.
Well, that's right. I mean, I'm the one that makes the decision.
Just to highlight the stakes in bail, one of Court Commissioner Hansen's thousands of bail decisions involved setting 25-year-old Dalwayne Howard's bail at $500 after Howard's arrest for domestic abuse, being a felon in possession of a firearm, with his Illinois parole for armed assault on hold. A day later, after Howard posted that relatively modest bail, police say a woman was bound, strangled, beaten with a wooden dowel, and burned with cigarette ashes by Howard. We asked Commissioner Hansen whether he second-guesses his bail decisions when they go wrong.
I suppose at some level I think about those things, just the same as I think about all the people where I took a chance on them and they made good on it.
Using the risk scores may produce a decline in the jail population. But for the man who sets bail, for the man who oversees the courts, here's the goal.
We just want to make sure we're managing the risk properly.
In Madison, Tony Galley, 27 News.
Harvard University study co-author Chris Griffin says the Kentucky experience also suggests the use of data-driven risk assessment did lead to more people bailing out.
Dane County's risk assessment study on bail decisions will continue through April of next year.